so social leverage was always about leverage your social networks. Like, how can we really compete? I think
Mhm.
we have a really strong network of not only ultra high net worth individuals and family offices and so forth that are investors, but having backed over 100 different companies now and dozens of others that aren't part of our funds, I think we have this very broad network and grew up in the times of the different accelerators and tech stars and different things that were happening, and just learning about how do you really leverage that social network. And it's pretty powerful when you can help a founder and by making a few phone calls and really open up a lot of doors for them. And so social leverage, we've always had great events as part of being LPs and founders in our funds, but also you know a pretty broad network.
Yeah. Networking is definitely one of the most important things. Like you can be super smart, intelligent, well spoken, but if you don't know anybody, it's really hard to get the intro. It's a lot easier if you know somebody that knows somebody versus trying to cold call or find
Yeah.
somebody's email online and then start sending them emails. Tell you that it is not optimal compared to knowing somebody for sure. Do you have any suggestions, like if more of an individualist takeaway from like the social leverage lens is like how do you leverage your network in the most part? Like I guess the first part is to be likable, but after that, like how do you add value and extract value?
I'm gonna say I think it takes years to build a good network. I think you also have to recognize that you don't have to be a social climber with people in your network, right? Like people might be starting in one place and it'd be surprising to see 10 years, 15 years later where they end up. I can think about it. So many people I met early in my career when I started at Bloomberg or WorldQuant that were, an account manager at a small company and now they're, president of a big firm, right? And like you look back and be like, it's crazy, you didn't, take that for granted when they were in a specific space. I think also, building the network, we do this a lot even at Social Leverage, like do the right thing and the karma comes back to you. When we're investing in a company or thinking about it, we might make five, six intros to people in our network or potential clients for them. They end up closing those deals and maybe we don't end up investing for one reason or the other. Our thought process is like we'd rather do that and not get the opportunity to invest, and they tell another founder who tells somebody else, and maybe we find a different investment, maybe we meet a new LP, than like, not building that network. So I think it's a trust thing, and trust the process and embrace the process. And you know something you do today might not be helpful for 10, 15 years down the line, but the world's crazy like that in terms of separate degrees of separation with people you end up meeting.
Yeah, I'm sure you've gotten quite a few emails or calls about like something that you did 5 years ago that wasn't a huge deal to you, but was turned out to be massive for them. And then they were reflecting and saw the influence that that outcome had on their life. And they were like, hey, I've got something, or I just appreciate what you did, and like, et cetera, to where from there on out, like if they had somebody has a question, all right, like I've got a guy named Matt, like he's great. He helped me out XYZ. And yeah, this is why you should come to him.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I think you hit the nail on the head is really just about being genuine and trying to put your best foot forward on providing like a positive outcome for whoever that is.
Yeah, I think. I mean, listen, it's you got to be. You try and be as helpful as you can. Obviously, life gets busy, the world gets busy.
Yeah.
You can't connect with everybody. And I also think like some people appreciate honesty and being firm and fair, and others sugarcoat it. I think my approach is like tell it how it is, and the right people will appreciate it.
Exactly. I agree.